Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a true classic, a timeless guide to powerful writing, the elements of style.
So let's start with a question. Have you ever really struggled to get your point across? Or maybe you've had to wade through some writing that just felt like a total chore to read? Yeah, you are not alone. Our world is just filled with this cluttered, passive, and really unclear language.
And this example from George Orwell, wow, it just perfectly shows how the exact same idea can be either completely impenetrable or incredibly profound. I mean, look at the left. It's this dense fog of bureaucratic language that basically says nothing. But then on the right, the original verse from Ecclesiastes is concrete, it's rhythmic, it's powerful, you feel it, right? And this huge contrast points us toward the solution.
And that solution is a famous little book. Now, the Elements of Style isn't some stuffy old rule book. No way. Think of it more like a powerful toolkit for making every single word count, for turning that bureaucratic fog we just saw into something crystal clear. Okay, so let's dive right into the book's core principles. We're going to start with the absolute foundation of clarity, just avoiding the really common mistakes that can totally obscure your meaning. The book kicks things off with these basic structural errors that create so much confusion. Take the sentence on the left. It's a classic dangling modifier. As it's written, it actually sounds like I was the one in a dilapidated condition, not the house. You get this ridiculous mental image, and it completely trips up the reader. But look how simple the fix is. The meaning becomes instantly clear. You know, simple punctuation can be an absolute power tool. On the left, you've got a comma splice, which incorrectly joins two whole sentences and creates a run-on. But on the right, that semicolon correctly links these two closely related ideas. It shows their connection and makes the writing feel so much more forceful and, honestly, more sophisticated.
All right, so we've got the foundation down. Now let's build on that and get to the book's most famous advice for making your prose energetic, direct, and truly impactful.
And this brings us to the book's master rule, the one it is most famous for: omit needless words. Think about it. It's all about respecting your reader's time and attention. Every single word has to do some work. If it doesn't add value, you've got to cut it. So what does that actually look like? Well, it means ruthlessly cutting all those common, empty phrases that, let's be honest, we all use. They're just little bits of padding that clutter our sentences and really weaken our message. Just look at the difference. The versions on the right are so much tighter, stronger, and way more confident. Okay, this is a big one. Here, we can really see the power of the active voice. In the passive sentence, the subject is just kind of sitting there being acted upon. It feels limp, indirect. But in the active version, the subject, I, is driving the action. Bam! It's direct, it's bold, and it just injects so much energy into your writing. Here's another key. Make definite assertions. Instead of being timid and telling the reader what something isn't, be bold and tell them what it is. It's not just clearer, it's way more convincing. He forgot has a finality to it that he did not remember, just completely lacks.
But this little book is about so much more than just rules. Beyond all the mechanics, it offers a deeper philosophy on what truly makes writing memorable and authentic.
And this right here really gets to the heart of the book's philosophy. See, true style isn't about adding a bunch of fancy words to sound smart. It's actually the opposite. It's an expression of yourself that emerges naturally from clear, honest, and disciplined writing. The book reminds us that your own personal style actually grows from discipline. It's about focusing on the substance, not trying to show off your personality. It's about using the strongest parts of speech, your nouns and verbs, to do the heavy lifting. And crucially, it's about embracing revision as a core part of the process, not as some chore you do at the end. Okay, so let's bring this all together. What are the most essential tools you can take away from this classic guide and start using, like, right now, to improve everything you write? Okay, here it is, your essential toolkit, distilled from all the wisdom in the Elements of Style. Master these 4 principles, and I promise you, you will see a dramatic improvement in your communication, whether it's a simple email or maybe even the next great novel. Because, you know, at the end of the day, these principles aren't just about grammar. They're really a guide to clarity of thought. The discipline it takes to omit needless words and use the active voice actually forces you to think more clearly. So let's consider this. Where else in your life or work can stripping away the clutter lead to more power and more impact?